Hello, and welcome to Learning Things with Kyle and Phil, where we learn things about people, and sometimes we learn things about each other.
We are your hosts, Kyle.
And Phil.
And we are going to be bringing a weekly podcast to you, Learning Things. We have conceived the idea of learning things through an incredibly fun smoking session where Phil and I were able to actually learn some things about ourselves and each other.
We learned a bit, and we're going to learn a lot more with plenty of really cool and interesting guests. Our podcast is mostly going to be focusing on different artists, most likely local artists in this area that maybe need a little bit more shine or just fun to talk to and are good friends and have good ideas about things.
Absolutely. And that's exactly how we met as well. Phil and I met him at one of his shows a few years back.
Yep.
We've stayed in touch. We've become pretty good friends over the course of the last 1.5 to 2 years. And when there's that kind of connection and that energy source between two people, you just kind of sometimes have to run with that,
Yeah.
And
I mean, I feel like if we're being honest, this podcast is just an excuse for the two of us to hang out more often. If I'm being real, But we have so many good talks. We're like, yo, why don't we make something out of this and invite different people who we also think are really cool and talk to them about cool stuff too. And,
right.
I think, art is a big part of it. Different people that are helping out the community is also a big part of it too. We want to bring on people who are in charge of local businesses and help people out in the New York area.
Yes, it's going to be, I think it's going to be an incredible mix because you are so talented and you have so many talented friends and people and connections here in New York City, through your work, podcasting, and obviously being a comedian, which is your main art form. And you're currently getting into voice acting as well, which is going to be exciting, which I'm super excited for you.
Oh, yeah. Headspace. Stop being a little bitch. Is that good? That's one take. That's in one take.
I'm sold. I'm sold on that. But no, I think it's going to be great because I think we have some really interesting friend bases and connections in the art world. I'm an actor, as many of our listeners might know. If you don't, I'm an actor. I'm a photographer. I make a little bit of music on the side. Used to be a professional athlete, and moved out here to New York City in 2015. I also have many friends in the art world: painters, sculptors.
And that's the thing. I feel like we both know so many different people,
right?
And I tell him all the time, he's the high fashion guy going to Soho House and all that stuff and everything, which is cool as fuck, And I'm the guy who's more of the Brooklyn dude who goes out to art house shows out here, and there's a secret show in someone's basement, but they're still both cool. They're just two sides of the same coin.
Right,
When we finally come together, you bring a lot of different elements to that.
Yeah, completely. I'm super excited to get this thing off the ground. I think we've done such a good job of preparing and getting ready for this.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what we did. We have a time lapse of
dude.
us learning things on the wall.
Dude, we're mixing Brooklyn swag with Manhattan high society. What could go wrong?
Manhattan high society.
Oh yeah. You think we're friends, but I'm gonna eat you in a fucking year. When the dollar is gone and it doesn't mean shit, you're all dead.
You're just climbing the ladder right now. You're just climbing the ladder.
Oh yeah. I'm just collecting information, addresses on all his friends. Believe me.
Oh my God. No, I'm looking forward to a fun fucking week, man. Soon we're gonna have a couple really cool guests coming on. Hopefully the guys from La Casa Art House, a really cool painter named Dean Dempsey, who I cannot wait to interview. Just an incredible guy.
Shout out to Gazoo, Gazoo to the Moon. He's the artist at To the Moon. You probably know him. I actually introduced him in this podcast episode that's coming up, but he actually did Black is King for Beyonce. He was a set designer on that. So. Yeah, not to brag, but I know some people.
He's kind of legit.
He's kind of doing his thing. So we have a lot of different, artists and comedians and stuff that are going to be coming on. Another one is Eric Bergstrom, who is a political cartoonist for The New Yorker. And stay tuned, guys. We got a lot of really good guests and a lot of really good conversations coming up.
Yeah, I'm excited. Speaking of, I think we're a little late for homeroom. You ready to go?
Yes, we should go. You should
Cool.
go. I got my pencil, got all my stuff. Let's get the fuck out of here.
We'll see you guys in homeroom.
See you guys in homeroom. Peace. Like, I like eating food, you know, but
Yeah, you'll like forget to eat for a while.
yeah, I'll forget to eat,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
Like, usually I wake up, you know, I'm getting better with my sleep patterns too. But for a long time, I was waking up at like noon. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's the fucking winter time. So it's like you wake up at noon. It's about to get like dark. You know, I'm already like. Also, when I wake up, like I like to start working and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm working. So you know, things happen. Next thing I know, it's 3-4, and it's like dark outside. And I
Yeah.
haven't eaten yet. And shit
Oh
like
my
that.
God, yeah, definitely during the winter.
Just
If
like
you're
that,
sleeping, if you're sleeping in like that during the winter, like for sure.
It
I
fucks
mean,
with like depression, all that shit.
oh my God, completely.
That's why I started working out more. I started sleeping better. I started like drinking less and all that stuff.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I mean, those are just good, healthy habits. You know what I mean? Like, especially even if you're going to bed early, like. Yeah.
Fucking ghost face, baby.
Ooh.
Tell this fucking.
I hope
that is good.
I hope these fucking mics pick that up.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, even just going to bed like is gonna be great for you. Like going to bed early, you know, like that's just such a. I've been kind of off of that boat as well. Like I know that if I was going to bed like consistently at 11 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
waking up by 8 a.m. like
Feel
you
way
have
better.
that entire day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like especially during the winter, but even now, like I want to enjoy as much daylight as I possibly can.
Dude,
You know?
that's a fucking fact. And it's just like, especially for me too, like, I realize I need better sleeping patterns because I'm an insanely light sleeper. You know? Like,
okay,
anything
yeah.
will wake me up and then kind of keep me up.
Oh, okay.
You know? So I need
Yeah.
to start the process of sleep earlier.
Going earlier.
You know?
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
always get woken up by my fucking cat doing some shit at like fucking 6 a.m. But I went to bed at like 3. So now I've only slept for 3 hours and then I'm just like fucking dead all day.
Right.
You know, or something like that. So it's like, I just need to be more responsible that way. Because
Definitely.
I get so much more done. I feel so much better when
Completely.
I like, have a good amount of sleep, you know?
Completely. Fuck. I mean, even just thinking about like going to bed or like having a late night and waking up in the morning, like I love drinking and shit. And I love having those late nights.
Yeah.
You know, but like waking up when you have that like low sleep or
Well, yo,
you know
'cause
whatever, you're just like it changes
gotta
your
pay
entire
for it.
perspective of the day. You know,
Yeah. You got to pay for that shit in the morning, bro. Like,
trash.
it's fun. It is fun as fuck. Like, you gotta you gotta have a balance, bro. Like, because you gotta party. If you don't
Oh yeah,
party, I mean, you know, you're a fucking nerd. Like enjoy life and shit. You know what I mean?
crazy.
Like, there's all sorts of dope shit that happens at night.
I had
but-
this whole fucking thing I went through probably for the last like year and a half where like you know, I used to drink a lot. Like through college I drank a lot. I'd be bartending 3 or 4 days a week and then I'd be drinking with like you know, my fucking friends at my house or on
Oh, yeah.
weekends or some shit like
Me
that. So
too.
it's literally like I'm drinking fucking 6-7 days a week.
Dude, I'm a fucking comedian. I work in bars.
Right? Yeah, I know. And like
You
we've
know
all
how it
we
is.
both worked in
You know,
fucking
it's
bars,
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
But I got really strict with myself back at like the end of 2018 or so. And like fall to end of 2018 and I would actually be causing myself more stress by like not allowing myself to go have more drinks.
Really?
You know what I mean? So it's like you don't want to stress yourself out because you're like drinking so much and everything that comes with drinking a lot and being out late and all that kind of shit, right? Because then you're kind of like you can get in that pattern. Like you said, you sleep in too late, you become lazy, like your whole diet changes, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But then like if you're not just like listening to your body and being like, you know, it's fucking okay, like I'm gonna go out because I came so strict with it for a while where like I wasn't drinking anything at work.
Oh, okay.
If I had a drink anywhere, I'd limit myself to 1 glass.
Oh, wow.
And I'm
okay.
like,
you were
bro,
very
like I'm
fucking
kind
strict.
of like, yeah, and I cut shit up hard. Like
fucking
when I make changes, like
Eve,
I'll make a fucking
fucking
hard
Ulsberger came
cut.
out.
It's
You became German strict. 9. 9.
alcohol 9.
Fucking German.
But for real, then I start stressing it causes more stress in your body because you're like fighting against what's so natural to you. You know what I mean?
Of course. Dude, we all want to let loose. Like, vices exist for a fucking reason. If all you do is run like a machine, eventually you just fucking lose it.
Yeah.
You fucking lose it.
You
like,
fucking become a machine for
you
sure.
do. Like, you really do. Like,
yeah.
You gotta have those times to like unwind. Unwinding doesn't always have to be drugs or alcohol. It could be, other things. Because there's people who are sober and they chill. It's whatever. Mm-hmm. But you need something that gives your body and mind that,
totally.
Totally.
I've been
feeling of like taking off a tight shoe.
Exactly.
Whatever gives you that feeling, that's what you need. That's a vice. Whatever gives you that feeling, that's a vice. They're like, fuck,
taking off a tight shoe.
That stretch out
vibe. Or a heel. Yeah. Or a heel for all our women. I remember
for all the ladies,
my ex-girlfriend, like any girl that I've been with, after they go out on a night of time, even my friends, like we go out, we come back, they take those shoes off, they're like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, they're just like, Jesus.
My feet have been fucking killing me. I'm like, goddamn, I don't know how you do that.
Oh my God, yeah, I don't know how women do it. So props to
but
you
I
guys.
love it.
Props to you guys for doing that because you're the shit. You look great in them. But yeah, I mean, you ladies are strong. Because you wouldn't catch me doing that shit, man. That's why it's so funny. I used to have a joke on stage about like, when people become trans, I'm like, it's a lot to take on, and like when like men become women, I'm like, that's so much to take on because like you got to start like wearing like high heels and like buy all these different clothes and like start really caring about your appearance in like a totally different way.
Oh yeah.
It's like if a woman becomes a man, it's like you just grow out your mustache and start giving unsolicited advice. Start talking about
unsolicited advice.
Start talking about fucking NFTs and shit, fucking crypto. That
makes
makes you a dude. Like, we have such a low bar for being a fucking man.
That's true. That's very true. But you know what's crazy though is that like, you know how much of a fucking relief that probably is though for a trans person to be able to fucking do that though?
Yeah,
that's probably almost. It's actually probably almost the fucking same feeling as taking off their shoe.
That is true.
Because they're like, oh my God, like I've made that decision, I've made that step. Now I'm like really making this transition, like,
and it's like,
you know what I mean? And it's such a. I'm sure it's incredible. I mean, I can't imagine how hard it is to like come out as a trans person. You know what I mean?
No. Let us two straight guys, try to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. Let's
tell the world what we think it is.
Hey,
to be trans.
We'll have to bring on one of our trans friends or one of our trans listeners, or I have a couple people that are trans, or at least drag queens at least.
There you go.
Even them.
Cool. We got some of the major leaguers and the minor leaguers.
Hell yeah. Do you have any trans friends?
One of my roommates is.
Okay. Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah,
okay. Cool. Crazy.
I don't know where she is. She's fucking working or some shit. I don't know. I try to keep I don't know, like a kind of a barrier between like roommates and friendships. Like I like to
totally
keep it cordial, fun, but like let's not get too close.
You're playing the landlord. That's why.
I'm doing that shit. Well, so I've had that before where it's like we all gotten too close, and then it's just like I don't know. People start acting like shitty, and then it's like now we're friends, and like now we're living together. And there's just a million things compounded on top of it, It's like now I feel like I can't like come out of my room or some shit. I don't know. So yeah, I'd like to keep if anybody's listening, I like to keep people at an arm's length.
You know what? I just thought of a trans friend of mine that I need to bring on because she's actually incredible. Young girl named Melanie with an L.
Okay.
Lelany. And I actually shot her. She's actually, I met her on the train. I was actually attracted to her.
Please clarify. So you,
yeah,
you shot photos of her. You did not.
Yes.
Oh my God. Didn't shoot her. I saw her on the train.
I met her on the train.
Something about her, and I just had to shoot her. I was like, please, there's going to be a little bit of clearing up. Okay. So you shot
I'm a photographer. Yes, I shot her as a photographer.
Yeah. Let's give people your background a little bit.
Yeah, she was, I met her on the train. She was really pretty. It was her and another girl that was gorgeous. And I could tell, like, there was just a kind of like a feel, a vibe, a connection kind of going on, like kind of between the three of us. It was kind of obvious. It was a really packed train, so they're right in front of me.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But anyways, one girl gets off. Lelany stays on the stop, and stays on till the next stop. I start talking to her because she had some cool jewelry on. I'm like, I really like your necklace. Like, it says Lelany. I realized that too, but yeah, we started having this really great conversation, and like I said, I was attracted to her. I didn't know she was trans, but she's in heels. She had a sexy outfit on. Her body looked like a woman's. She sounded like a woman, so I started talking to Lelany, and we got to know each other, and then she came over actually like maybe 2 weeks later or so. We kept talking because I'm like, hey, because it started off as like, yeah, like of course I was kind of like pursuing her, right? Mm-hmm. And she kind of made it aware to me like a couple days later, like, hey, like I just want to let you know that I'm trans and yada yada yada. And I'm like, thank you for telling me. Like I wasn't really sure, but like I just really wasn't into her. Like I don't know, like I'm not sure if I'm attracted to trans people. I think some trans people are fucking beautiful. You can't even tell that they're trans, right? Yeah. But I mean, I shouldn't say attracted to them, but like physically in an intimacy way.
It's whatever. It's just right? All like no matter what orientation you are, like it's all vibes, and whatever feels natural to a person is what feels natural to them. So
totally,
that's fine. Yeah,
totally. And when I found out, like I wasn't like super like interested in pursuing anything with her, which is totally cool. It's just my preference, right? Yeah. But yeah, she came over. We had a great conversation. We actually had coffee beforehand, like a couple days before. Wonderful person, crazy story. I'm trying to help her out and just kind of like wishing the best for her. We got her published in a magazine, called Roid X Magazine. It's like a fashion editorial mag. Oh wow, okay. And
it's like a very like, alpha male title for a magazine.
Yeah.
Roid X.
It is. But it's so far from it though.
TV or something.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's so far from it. Like they do some crazy shit. Like it's a very like kind of like artsy fashion editorial. That's cool. Like find some weird things in there, like people in like some kind of like weird like latex kind of sexual kind of shit. Yeah. So yeah, it's a
very like avant-garde type shit.
Yeah, more like avant-garde. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking cool.
Yeah, it's cool though.
So,
we should bring her on. I just thought about that. So now we got this as a base. I'm gonna write it in my phone whenever we get done recording. But yeah, Lelany should be great to have on. We should have her on.
Are you sure it's not Leilani?
She told me Lelany. She's like,
okay.
Because she said, I kind of said it before, but she said Lelany.
Because I'm like, is he just talking to an Asian woman and just calling her Lelany?
No. Well, that would be very fitting right now. Thanks, Phil.
Hey,
it turns out I am. Everyone would be like, what the fuck with all this Asian hate crimes going around right now? This motherfucker's looking sketchy.
Hey, Lelany.
No, right? she made it clear. The first thing she said to me, she was like, Lelany. Yeah, like Melanie.
Nice, okay.
But with an L, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
That's cool. All right, cool.
Yeah, Lelany.
Yeah, that's fucking nice, man.
Lelany. She's from Louisiana.
Really?
Yeah, she's from Louisiana.
I told you, man. We're going through New Orleans, guys. I'm planning this trip in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna be doing some tour dates and stuff down south. We're going from DC to Atlanta to Austin, Texas, but we might make a stop or two in New Orleans. So I'll hit you up with some, dates coming up. I'll let you know. But this shit's going to be crazy. I still want Kyle over here to come with us.
Oh, yes, yeah.
On the trip.
Yeah.
We're going to be shooting it. We're going to be documenting the whole fucking thing. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. That'll be pretty fucking cool. Who are you going with?
It's just me and my friend Aaron Kaplan.
Aaron Kaplan, okay.
Yeah. Okay. We had this idea. Well, I had, an idea of wanting to basically drive cross-country from here to LA, over the course of like 3 months. Like I wanted to do it like long. Like I could just visit mad shit and just get there,
3 months to get to LA?
Or not 3 months.
Are you saying like
a month?
I'm like, I don't know if you can make that work. I mean, maybe you could. I don't know. There'd definitely be
like a
3
month.
months. I'd be like, oh yeah.
That's not that long though, if you think about it. Because if I'm stopping at other cities and other shit, Like I'm not.
No.
I was gonna be going to LA. This is before the pandemic. I was gonna be going.
No,
to LA,
actually,
like,
you're totally right. No, you're right. Yeah.
complete East Coast.
A month for sure. Yeah.
Every city in like Charlotte. You know what I mean? Like
You'd
North
stay
Carolina.
a couple days or a day or two in each or
Yeah,
something
maybe
like
even
that.
stay a week. You know, with family. Like 'cause I have
Yeah.
family in different spots, like all over the country.
Yeah.
So like I was literally gonna do a U. I was gonna go all the way down the East Coast,
Mhm.
through the South, all the way up the West Coast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then back down to LA because I have family in like Oregon and all that shit and Washington.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I have family in like the Bay Area. Those aren't the same. Those are two different states. Those aren't the same as California. But I have family in the Bay Area.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I was like, fuck it, why not? And I know people up in like Oregon and Washington and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything happened, and then like, you know, once we started getting money from like the unemployment and all that stuff, me and Aaron, we kind of were talking. We wanted to travel for a long time too, and my brother just told me, he was like, dude, just rent a car. He was like, Enterprise rent a car. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. Enterprise rent a car. You can rent a car for a week now for it's like $700, and if it was like 2 months ago, it was like $450 that you could have rented a car for an entire week. Unlimited mileage too, and it comes with a full tank of gas.
Crazy.
Fucking insane. So yeah, we just decided to do it, but we kind of held off, and then we brought it up to each other like last week or something, and I started looking at the prices. So yeah, that's why we're looking for a third person. We're like, you know.
Wait a second, I'm thinking about this. $700 a week for the car?
Yeah, and we're just gonna be gone for 7 days. So it's just 1 week. So, you know, and
I'm trying to think back because I told you I went on that road trip back in June and July.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think about how much we were renting our car for at that time.
Dude, every other place but Enterprise is super fucking expensive. Like I checked, I did all the research, and like all the rest of them are like $1,200, $1,400. They're like almost double the price. It's crazy.
Weird. Why?
I don't know. Maybe Enterprise is just like had such a monopoly up here.
Because they're just so big, yeah.
They're just so big, maybe.
They are everywhere. They're like the number one for sure.
Like Enterprise, you rent a car with them even if you're not going to the airport. Like you rent a car if you're just trying to rent a car. The other ones, I feel like it's like if you're in a city and you're at the airport, you rent the car from them, you know?
Say that again.
Does that make sense?
Say that again?
Like the only place you'll see like a Hertz or something is at an airport. And you'll just like rent a car from the airport. Like Enterprise,
Got you.
People who live in a city might still just rent a car in their own city through Enterprise.
Yeah, from a
like
actual different store.
Yeah, that was a better way of me clarifying. I did. That was very confusing how I said it the first time. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like just the standard of shit. Like you rent a car, it's through Enterprise, no matter what.
Yeah, there's definitely more Enterprises than fucking anything else.
There's way more. So I think they just charge. Like,
I think there are. There definitely are Hertzes and shit like that.
There are, but
Enterprise is definitely going to be like the number one.
There's a reason why Enterprise is like, you know, a certain amount of money, and Hertz is like way more because they're like, we're just not around. Like we need the cash, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not as accessible either.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, I think we rented through Enterprise when we were on that road trip.
Yeah, man.
We kept fucking extending the like changing the fucking drop off location. I had to kind of like pull some shit to get that dropped because they were gonna charge us an extra like $600 for taking it to New York instead of Kansas City.
Oh wow, really?
Ooh, we almost got in some shit, but I just kind of like blamed it on the dude at the actual Kansas City location because I'm just talking to somebody on fucking corporate.
The actual trick is to fucking set the pickup and drop off at the same location. And then you can just take it anywhere.
Exactly.
And just fucking bring it back. You know.
I know.
That's the best part where it's like, all right, New York to New York. I don't fucking know where I'm going. I can go anywhere. You know? I could drive across the country if I just wanted to. You could go to LA tomorrow.
This is why it didn't happen, is because I was actually just going to go to Denver.
Yeah.
Because my friend Caviar wanted to take a road trip, and I was going to Denver.
Wait, you have a friend named Caviar?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
You know fucking Caviar?
How fancy are you, dude?
Haven't I told you about Caviar?
No, you've never told me about Caviar.
I post this shit on my fucking Instagram every day.
You're always out here fucking doing ill shit. You know, you casually drop stuff like LeBain and all these different things and weird art magazines. Then you got a friend named Caviar. That's fucking overkill. Jesus Christ.
I did not know you didn't know Caviar. Bro, I post him on my Instagram story like, you clearly don't watch my Instagram stories.
Hilarious.
Clearly don't watch my Instagram
sorry.
stories, Phil.
I don't. I need to support my friends more. That's why we're doing this podcast, so I can actually hang out with you and know how your life is going.
When you first said I need to support my friends more, I'm like, oh, so I'm not a friend and you're watching your better friends' stories by supporting them that way. I was like, what the fuck?
Yes, I prioritize which friends whose Instagram stories I watch. Oh my god! I'm like, Kyle, I'll swipe. I'll go to later for that. I'll save you till later.
No. No, we gotta make a little fucking clip. You mean like,
oh yeah, I'm just going.
You pass the learning things one, you watch the learning things one, you go a couple
it.
more. Next one, I'm the next name. You're like,
yeah, done. Yeah.
Look at it for a second.
I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. Cool photos, bro.
Oh yeah, the photo of that trans girl. Yeah, I saw that. No, you didn't. You haven't looked at my page in fucking 2 years since we met.
I'm your biggest fan. Oh man.
I wish you would have said earlier. Oh yeah, I saw those pictures.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. I've been doing comedy for fucking like over 10 years. I'm still not that fake yet. Thank God. I'm still not one of those guys. Oh yeah, totally. Like yeah.
Yeah, I saw it definitely.
I totally saw what you're saying. Yeah, I agree. What was the thing you said? Because I agree. I'm not there yet. We'll see how this podcast goes. If it tanks, then I might have to become that fake. I'm not gonna lie to you. I will do anything to become famous. if getting rid of my integrity will do that, let's go.
You'd be watching people's shit so much. You'd be finding them. You'd be watching their stories. You'd be like, yo, yeah, like you just ran into them. You ran into them randomly. Oh my god! I just saw these photos that you posted. Fucking amazing, dude.
Oh yeah,
You're doing this just to fucking you get friends.
I'm immediately DMing everyone's Instagram story every single fucking time.
Where is this?
Yeah, right. Oh, cool stuff. Great shirt, dude.
Wow, amazing work. Going through every fucking follower. Just go take a look at the most like 4 or 5 recent photos.
Yeah, right. Each one I send a comment, and then I also send a link for a house party. I sent a ticket link. Oh yeah, by the way, we're doing this little show on a Saturday at 8. Like, just come by if you ever.
Guerrilla marketing.
Yeah.
The digital guerrilla marketing, baby.
I think that's just bothering people. Everything has a term now. Before that was just called being a dick. Now I'm a guerrilla marketer.
To my own friends.
It used to just be taking advantage of your friends. Now you're a fucking guerrilla marketer over here. Fucking McGilla Gorilla.
Posting a fucking photo on your story or on your fucking feed, tagging every single one of your friends on your list.
Everyone.
Every single one.
Saying everyone personally.
And the best part is that you got it in your notes on your phone, so you can just go there, copy, paste, fucking throw it into your Instagram post. They're just
like
tagged instantly.
Everybody's there. Everybody's fucking there.
They're like, how much time does he fucking take to tag every single person on his... He's tagging fucking 788 people. What the fuck?
Snap like Thanos, dude. Just snap and it's done. It's over. That's so fucking funny. Yeah, dude. With marketing, I have gotten crazy. I mean, those were the old days. Like before the the pandemic and everything. Like I did have to do a lot of like marketing, like DMing people personally, being hey, could you please come to the show? Like, it would really mean a lot if you came by, simply because like we had advertising, but we wouldn't know if people would come or not. And like, and also I like
people are always gonna be more receptive to you like reaching out to them and being
personally.
Like, yo, like. Phil
here.
reached out to me. He's like, like it's different than fucking sending like a group message or
And I didn't have at the time. I didn't have the money for like full on advertising, like Instagram, Facebook, like ads where like anyone can see it.
Right.
Like I mean, those things are relatively cheap, but at the same time, I was so broke I didn't even have that.
Right.
So a lot of it purely was guerrilla marketing. Walking around, taping up flyers to fucking poles and shit, going into different bars, asking if I could tape up flyers, and I would strategically like tape them up right in front of a urinal, stuff like that, like anywhere that like immediately someone would see it and like know about it. Sometimes I would even tape them on the bathroom mirror.
Oh
You
yeah.
know? It's
Yeah.
like, so you get annoyed by it, but you fucking remember it. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. So
They're
now
like,
you
God
gotta
damn
do
it!
that
Somebody keeps putting up these fucking flyers on our bathroom mirror.
Oh, I had a couple places where like, yeah, you can't do that in here anymore. You gotta leave. Yeah, no, we don't let people put up flyers in here anymore. Sorry. It's like, sorry.
That's
dude.
amazing.
Yeah, we had a couple of those, but whatever. What the fuck
Good
ever.
for you. That's motherfucking hustling, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Motherfucking hustling.
It's all about the hustle, man. Like
motherfucking hustling.
I'm doing the shit I dreamed of when I was a kid, man. Like I used to watch shows like fucking, like stupid like HBO shows like How to Make It in America or something, or just like any show about New York and even like Martin's in Chicago, but the same shit. Like city shows, people about living in the city,
Yeah.
And it was always about the hustle and having these like little side things that you did to make extra money, and you're always like getting a little bit, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Taking a little bit back from the government.
What's the craziest fucking thing you've done for money? Yeah.
What's the crazy, bro? I can't say that. Crazy? Are you fucking kidding me? I can't say that on there.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you can't. I guess he has something he can't speak of.
Yeah. There's been things.
Okay, fine. One of the okay, maybe we go here. Maybe one of the craziest things.
I mean, most of the shit I've done is just under the table odd jobs. You know what I mean? And
Please explain.
Just like fucking, mover. You just get hired to like do gardening in someone's house or some shit. You know what I mean? Like in their backyard, like through Craigslist and shit.
Yeah, like digging graves.
Literally,
and then planting fucking
doing anything.
mulching and planting plants
shit.
in the mulch over the body.
Well, you dissolve the body in acid first. Since Breaking Bad, gardening has changed a lot. I'll tell you that much. No more. I'm not finding bones anymore. At the most you find a barrel, and it's a mysterious barrel, but you don't open it.
A barrel or a.
But you plant some fucking hedges. You plant some hedges.
Bullet casing.
Yeah, and other than that, I mean, just simple shit, just like doing moving stuff. I would try to do any sort of like freelance film stuff that would come my way. And then of course, I went to like a phase of selling shit, and all that shit, and whatever. But
trinkets.
Selling trinkets on the street. Selling trinkets. I used to love, NYU kids love trinkets. They do.
There's a study. It's a fact, yeah.
$60 trinkets.
Yeah, we can put that out. $60 trinkets. One of a kind. Yeah. One of a kind. There's several kinds, but it's one of this kind. There's several kinds of trinkets, but there's one of this kind.
There's a lot of trinkets. They're mostly all coming from Mexico.
Oh my God! One of the craziest things that I've had to that I've done to make money.
Okay, yeah. What's one thing you've done?
I haven't, dude. Honestly, I haven't really done a whole lot of crazy shit to make money. I'm not gonna lie. Let me fucking think about
weird,
some things.
Like Craigslist stuff, like not like just like weird odd jobs. Just like I remember one time I got a writing job writing for like these like weird credit cards that I'm pretty sure were a scam. Like it was like a credit card account, and it's like I was the one writing all the blurbs and like or Moonstar credit cards, where our savings are to the moon, and I like
definitely a scam.
Like writing these like little things, and it would say like how it's good for your kids, and you should like open one up. I'd do like ones for like there are ones for adults, and then there are other ones for like if you're teaching your kid how to use credit and stuff like that. I think they were like slightly fraudulent. It's like like from flimsy credit. You know what I mean? Not necessarily like real, like there's someone like halfway across the world just stealing your identity, but it's just like it's not it's definitely not Visa here. It's not fuck, it's not even MasterCard. I don't know what the fuck these things are. And yeah, I would get and I would get paid $15 per little blurb thing. And it'd be like a paragraph. So I get paid for those. Then I write a little bit of write like 10 of those, get like $150. And that would be like, I'd do like 10 of those a week. And then I'd do like moving and other shit. And then, I even told you I started like fucking, the entertainment company Grove Street has really like helped everything. I started fucking like booking music acts in the fucking basement at the Grove. Shit got crazy. I am the definition of hustle. Trust me. I got shit. I got moves. I got moves, baby.
No, I feel you do. I know you do. I mean, oh shit.
What are you writing over here?
Is it ULENT? Yeah.
Yeah, fraudulent. Lightly, yeah. Slightly, just lightly, it's dipping its toe in illegality. Like if there's a problem with your credit card, I don't think, I don't think there's no one at the end of that customer service number. It's not real. Like if you're good, you're good. If you're fucked, you're fucked. That's what it is. Lightly, thank you for calling me. Is this lightly fraudulent over here? I'm the guy. Yeah. Hello.
We are getting a picture of you in front of that when this is done with your camera. I'm throwing on that flash.
Yeah, right? Oh, that's going to be good.
Oh, my God. That's great. That's so amazing.
Yeah, dude.
No, I haven't done anything really crazy. Oh, my God. I used to work for this fucking tent company.
Really? A tent company?
Yeah, I used to work for a tent company. Going into my junior year of college. It was called Area Rental. Shout out to Area Rental. That was probably the craziest job I've ever done, dude. I was working. I had work week one time that was 96 hours.
Jesus.
And dude, this is manual labor shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're fucking piling up, packing all these fucking huge tents or small tents. All obviously fucking metal poles everywhere, ratchets. Some of these fucking, we'd set up like a 300-foot tent, like shit that you'd see at festivals. Those fucking huge tents.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That tarp, dude, they come in sections. You connect that shit, like, section by section. Some of them would be, like, 6 sections, and you have to go through and fucking hand weave every fucking, they have 2 big, like, ring loopholes.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you're putting out, like, you have to lay this shit, roll it out. Dude, these things are so heavy. Some of these sections are so heavy, we have to take them out with a fucking forklift.
Wow.
That's how heavy the tarps are.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing they're safe then, They're not going to fucking blow over, because of rain and weather and all that shit,
Yeah, I mean, unless something really crazy came through, that possibility. But, like, yeah, those things are fucking, I'd be drilling fucking these spikes into the ground. Big, long fucking spikes. I call them spikes. What's the proper term for them?
They're like nails, kind of.
Yeah, they're like gigantic nails
spikes.
that are
They are
fucking
spikes.
like 40 pounds each. So like
I think they even call them tent spikes,
Yeah, they're tent spikes
Yeah,
or some shit
fucking
like that. Yeah.
Bang them in with like a mallet or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one I'm using a fucking like jackhammer.
Wow.
I'd be doing that for fucking hours sometimes a day.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. And then fucking you gotta, like I said, you gotta lay out all the pieces, tie every section together, and sometimes that shit's like, 80 feet. It might be an 80-foot wide tent.
Yeah.
So you're doing like 80 feet of tying this shit together.
Wow.
And then putting the poles up, like there's like 30-foot long poles, like how each tent has, there might be a huge ass tent that has like 4 spikes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Like
about.
those things are fucking crazy, bro. We got to put that up with a, we use a forklift, and you kind of like put it against the front of the forklift because it's laying down. So what we have to do is you lay the tarp over those. So then everybody like starts on the end or whatever. And you'll kind of be underneath the tarp. We'll actually have to lift it with manpower. And then once it gets to a certain point where it's kind of like
crazy, or is that like, are there like birds?
There's birds. There's birds outside.
I feel like they're like in here. No, I feel like I'm nuts. Maybe that's split.
They're here.
Okay.
As I was going back into memory lane, it was like,
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like tripping, and I'm like, there are birds. I'm like, I do need to make sure that there are birds. I'm not crazy.
Are they in the wall?
You know, because the people listening too are probably hearing them chirping, like, what the fuck is that?
Where are they? But yeah, anyways, you'd get them manpower to like lift it to a certain angle, but at that point you got to fucking use the forklift to literally push that forward and lift it up.
Wow.
And then like maybe a couple people are kind of like guiding it and shit like that. But yeah, those poles would be like 40 feet high. I'd be working like 16, 17, 18, sometimes 20-hour days.
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
Out in the middle of the sun and setting up in a park or a lot of the time you're on concrete.
Yeah.
In parking lots and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean I've built like sets and stuff before.
Yeah.
So I've done a lot of that type of work. I've just never used like jackhammers or anything like that. But yeah, dude, I mean like it's great money, but I don't like that shit.
Yeah, no.
I'm not into it, dude.
No.
Like even if it's just like painting and shit, I'm like, no, I don't want like as far as like creativity
fucking set design
goes,
sucks. Be on like the production side where you're like.
But there's some people who truly love it. Like, some
for
people
sure.
are just like real carpenter people.
For sure.
Everything like all the people.
100%.
You know that I would work with actually at Conduit. They did a lot of different stuff. We ended up doing like New York Fashion Week one time. They did like Hammerstein Ballroom a bunch of times. Shout out to Conduit and Matt and everybody out there. But they have like a lot of great artists and stuff, and they really like love that job. Everybody is like really into their carpentry and their painting and everything. But that's just like that side of creativity just isn't for me.
Yeah.
It's too much manual labor.
Yeah, those people
I'm
are
too
crazy.
lazy.
They love that shit. They love that shit for real.
You guys got muscles. I'm
crazy.
I'm a soft boy. Okay.
I honor some of those people that are doing that shit for sets. I'm like,
We
wow,
salute
bro,
you.
like, you're really going in. Like that's crazy.
Dude, I told you
But
about-
sometimes like you can't deny like it's crazy.
no, it's
Some
wild.
of the shit they do is just gnarly.
Oh yeah, like I mean, I told you
Like,
about
film world.
Gazoo, right? There's if you guys don't know, there's a street artist local to Brooklyn called Gazoo to the Moon, and you might have seen his stuff to the moon everywhere. He just had an art exhibit at this art house called La Casa, but he's a great street artist and he does a lot of set design too. And he just worked on Black is King by Beyonce. So it's like there's also levels to this shit too when it comes to like set design, where it's like, you know, there's more like rudimentary shit. Maybe you're building something just for like a photo shoot for somebody else or something.
Yep.
And then there's like, hey, do a gigantic painting.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I mean, it's all cool. I respect all that shit, man. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy, for sure. It's just I agree. It's just not like
It's just not for me.
the form of art, or it's not. It is. I think it is kind of a form of art. Like when you're.
It totally is a form of art. I'm just lazy, and I like to get high, and there's things that are sharp and can break things, and I don't like being. This makes me nervous.
Things that are sharp and can break things. Yeah, I always give it up for the ground, like the crew, you know. Yeah, it's really gnarly.
Dude, this trail mix is amazing.
Oh,
I gotta say.
oh.
I had my first handful. There's only like 3 pieces in here.
The
Amazing.
cranberries are key. The cranberries are key.
Oh,
Everything else is like saltier. Cranberry and the chocolate, just
Yeah. You can't
bangers.
know this. If you're ever making a trail mix, guys, you gotta have chocolate, gotta have cranberry. Those are the 2 things. Chocolate, cranberry, cashews. That's about all you need. If I'm being honest. Fuck almonds. You know, put some peanuts in there.
Fuck almonds.
Put some peanuts in there. Fuck almonds, dude. Fuck almonds. They're a bunch of troublemakers, dude. Fuck that shit. You know, they're all spiky. Why are they so sharp? I don't trust it.
Why are they so sharp?
I don't know. I think it's a bad omen, you know? Cashews, peanuts, chocolate, cranberry. You're good. Call it a fucking day. Don't get greedy.
What's really also nice about this one is that it has the pistachio.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Ooh, which is a... Wait.
That's a very rare trail mix nut.
Yeah, I know. That's what I love about it. I'm like, you get that weird-ass fucking taste of a pistachio. Like, what? It's such a weird taste.
I love that.
It's such a weird taste.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit in with the rest of them.
No. It's got this, like... kind of sweeter side, but like a blandy, sweeter. I don't even know how to fucking describe it.
I think everybody listening has had pistachios before.
I know. I'm just talking out loud, you know? Get it out there. Really think about that flavor. Really think about that flavor.
Amazing trail mix. What is that? What is it called?
Trader Joe's plug. Trader Joe's plug. Shout out Trader Joe's. Could you please sponsor us?
Yeah, shout out
please.
to
We
Trader
need
Joe's.
snacks on snacks on snacks.
Trader Joe's. This is give it up for Trader Joe's Happy Trekking Trail Mix, everybody.
I thought it had 3 Ks. I was like, what the fuck?
It has almonds, cashews, and pistachios. It's 2 Ks.
I know that, but like when you turned it towards me, I was
You're
like,
like,
what?
Happy Trekking, everybody. Cranberry and there's
That could be a
cherries.
fucking Dave Chappelle skit for sure. Or some shit along those lines.
Hell yeah, man.
That'd be fucking funny.
You know, we've been on for about an hour now.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Just talking shit.
Oh boy.
I haven't learned a damn thing, have you?
I haven't learned anything yet.
I haven't learned shit.
I've actually learned quite a bit about you. You've learned quite a bit about me.
That is true.
You know, told you about the trans girl and the trans story and fucking what I did for money. I know that you now work for a lightly fraudulent fucking credit card company.
Formerly, you know, that was the past. Yeah.
2 years later, he has his own fucking Craigslist scam going on.
Oh yeah.
They start
2 years later.
resurfacing.
Watch, dude. There's gonna be a video of me getting hauled out here in handcuffs, screaming at a crowd of press people. You motherfuckers don't know me. Spitting on them.
World-renowned comedian Phil Risden being pulled from his home in Bushwick, New York, after being tied to being the owner of a lightly fraudulent credit card company. We'll have more on this story in 10 minutes.
Dude, I want to be the first comedian credit card scammer. I think that would be great. The first comedian Bernie Madoff. I'm taking everybody's shit, bro.
Channel 7 News. Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
But
That would be amazing. I hope that for you too.
thank you.
You're welcome.
See, this is what we need. Friends that support
supporting
each other. That's what we need. So, I think it's about time we sign off. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good.
Cool.
I feel good. I feel less hungry.
I feel less hungry too, which is nice. I'm still going to eat some food.
I feel the same amount of high.
Yeah. I feel higher, actually, because I only had one hit from a bong, and then we smoked that, and I kind of, and being in such like a stream of consciousness type of thing that we're doing, I feel higher just because of that.
Yeah. We're going to get out of this, and it's going to be like,
what are
we just
doing?
nutted.
Yes.
Like, all right, well, you want to throw on a TV show or you got any beer?
Yeah, right. Well, I'm going to have to go to
Roll
my
into bed.
comedy show after this. Be like, hey, everybody, I'm here. I'm going to be the jazzy comedy guy.
Speaking of, that's at the Tiny Cupboard, right?
Yes.
Where is
guys,
this?
check out my show, House Party, the show. It's a comedy show at the Tiny Cupboard in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Every Saturday at 8 p.m. Every Saturday at 8 p.m. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Phil Risden or Grove Street Comedy. Either one of those to get updates on my shows and all my content and other stuff just like this.
Hold up. Can you go back over that Tiny Cupboard? They're a venue, right?
Yeah, Tiny Cupboard is a venue. So basically they kind of started originally, they're in an artist building. So originally
gotcha.
their first place was just a really small like art studio, and that's where the name Tiny Cupboard comes from, because it was super tiny, and their whole thing was they were like, we're just gonna have small audiences and do virtual stuff with the audiences and all that stuff. And then the pandemic hit and so many other places shut down. They were like, our rooftop is still open, let's start doing stuff on the roof. And that's when everything blew up.
Right.
Yeah, so ironically, it's like they were the ones, even before the pandemic, starting to do virtual Zoom, all that type of stuff. Once the pandemic hit, they left that and started doing live shows. So it almost sounds strange, but it's funny how things happen. And it's run by Amy Wong and Matt Rosenblum. They're really two really, really cool people. Super nice. They have shows there, I believe, every night now, and they do some on the rooftop and some indoors also, following COVID regulations. Right now, they don't have a liquor license, so we're not selling alcohol or anything like that. And I can't say anything on record about whether or not you should bring any alcohol to the place. But we're all grown adults who make our own decisions. If that's a way for me to say things without saying it.
I think you said that beautifully, Phil.
There we go.
Yeah. And we're they're in Bushwick as well, you said?
It's in Bushwick, Brooklyn. The address is 1717 Broadway, right off the Chauncey J stop.
Chauncey J. Okay.
Yeah, right off the Chauncey stop on the J train. My show every Saturday at 8 p.m. Every Saturday at 8.
Gucci, you heard it there first, ladies and gentlemen. Cool. Thank you for listening in. Kyle Glenn Ulsberger. You can follow me on Instagram at Kyle Glenn Ulsberger, KyleGlenUllsPerger. That's P as in Paul. Bitch. Follow along, and stay tuned for the next Learning Things podcast.
All right. We'll see you later, guys. Peace.